9:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. Only on FX. Fox Deportes. The Big Ten Network. Speed. Fuel TV. FoxSports.com. Fox Soccer. FSN. And Fox Sports, the greatest collection of sports properties in the world.
We are Fox Sports!
Welcome to one of the most electric places in all of college football. Autzen Stadium on the campus of the University of Oregon, where today the runner-up national champions return to Eugene for their home opener against the Nevada Wolfpack. This is college football on FX. Live from Eugene, this is the FX Game of the Week presented by Russell Athletic, where the mighty Oregon Ducks square off with the pistol himself, Chris Holt, and the Nevada Wolfpack. Hi everybody, I'm Gus Johnson, and welcome to Oregon, where the Pac-12 champions are looking to rebound after their season opening loss to LSU, a game in which they turned the ball over 4 times. Today they'll face a Nevada team that finished 13-1 a year ago, but come into their opening game of the season with a lot of questions. I'm pleased to be joined by my partner, Charles Davis, and let's start with this Oregon squad under Chip Kelly. They're one of the most prolific offenses in all of America, and it's always a great treat to have a chance to see LaMichael James.
And they're trying to get their explosion back. Last 2 games for LaMichael James against Auburn in the national title game, 49 yards, 54 against LSU. He wants more than that. So let's count to 3 today, folks. If he gets 3 runs over 20 yards, that means the Oregon offense is off and flying.
As for this Nevada squad, 13-1, 11th overall last year. However, they lost a legend to the NFL and Colin Kaepernick, and they have a quarterback in Tyler Lantrip that finally gets his opportunity.
The transformer himself, Kaepernick, was a perennial 1,000-yard runner, so the pistol had legs. Now they're hoping it'll grow an arm, because that is Tyler Lantrip's stock in trade, throwing the football. We'll see if this pistol has an identity.
All right, a lot of players to watch in this game. That brings us to our Sprint Superstar Spotlight. Folks, this young man from Los Angeles, California, they're calling him the Black Mamba. DeAnthony Thomas has a chance to be special.
And he's ready to strike. 122 all-purpose yards against LSU. The stage is not too big for him. On the other side, for Nevada, Rashard Matthews is an all-whack wide receiver and kick returner. He needs to play bigger today to help out his inexperienced quarterback.
So coming up, it's the FX Game of the Week as Nevada storms into Eugene to face the Ducks. Kevin Frazier, Marcus Allen live in our Los Angeles studios right after this. Moments ago, the runner-up national champion Oregon Ducks took the field. Time now to join the 3rd member of our team on the sideline, our coach and our analyst, joined by Chip Kelly, Coach Tim Brewster.
Chip Kelly, head coach of the University of Oregon. You got a run-first mentality to your spread option attack. How important is it today to get LaMichael James and DeAnthony Thomas going in the running game?
We just need to get on tracks and stay away from the penalties, stay away from the turnovers, and so we can get into a rhythm offensively.
Chris Holt, the vaunted pistol. What does your defense got to do to have success against the Wolfpack today?
We got to stop the run on 1st and 2nd down and force them to throw the ball on 3rd down. But Coach Alt's the guru of the pistol. We got our work cut out for us.
Thank you, Coach. Guys, there's no question Autzen Stadium is going to play a huge factor in today's game. It marks the 75th consecutive sellout here at Autzen. The environment down here on the field, men, is electric.
All right, Coach Brewster, we can tell it's electric, a lot of electricity running through you as well as we get ready for football on FX. Nevada won the toss, they deferred, so Oregon will receive. And a spectacular day for football here in Eugene. Sunny, cool, no humidity. As Chris Ault, Hall of Famer, 27 years at Nevada, and the architect, the creator of the pistol offense. So he is the pistol himself. On the other sideline, Chip Kelly in his third season. He's lost only 5 games during his career, which included the national championship 1 season ago. Nevada ready to send it away. Allen Hardison will tee it up at the 30-yard line, and back deep, LaMichael James and DeAnthony Thomas. Cliff Harris, after being suspended last week, will play today for Oregon. Nevada, Oregon on FX, and we're underway from Eugene. And this is Thomas from the 5-yard line. And he crosses the 20 and gets up to the 22, a 17-yard return. Time now for the Chick-fil-A starting lineups for the Oregon Ducks.
They want to get the running game going today. Mark Asper at right guard. Normally a tackle will help them get things started that way. And if they want to throw it, a target for them will be their tight end, David Paulson, who's so versatile they can use him at various positions.
First down and 10 at the 21-yard line. LaMichael James lines up in the backfield. Here's the handoff. James gets outside, turns the corner at the 30, and out of bounds. At the 40-yard line, Duke Williams there to knock him out of bounds. But he gains 19 on first down.
We said he needed to have some runs 20 yards or more. He came very close on his first one, 19. He said he would be a more physical runner today than he was against LSU. He starts off with a bang.
LaMichael, 2011 preseason All-America, now running it right. Bottled up and taken down at the 40. And that is a 1-yard gain on the play. Duke Williams in on the tackle for Nevada. So LaMichael James, all he's done, this young man, a junior from Texarkana, Texas. He's the all-time leading rusher in the history of this Oregon program, and he keeps getting better and better every year. And some movement on the offensive line.
Looked like the right tackle, Nick Cody, getting the start today, jumped.
And when you look at this Oregon team,
Number 61 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Main second down.
when you look at this Oregon team last week in Dallas, 4 turnovers, 3-point game at halftime. In the second half, the fumbles and turnovers really cost them.
That's what always ends up leading to a short field. You give a good team short field, they're going to hurt you like LSU did.
Here's Thomas underneath, and that ball is caught in heavy traffic. That's Rasan Vaughn, a junior college transfer from Fremont, California.
Stepping in today for the normal starter, Josh Huff, who will not play with a leg injury. Doesn't mean that things will change offensively for Oregon. They just plug in different people and continue to run their offense.
That's a gain of 8. 3rd down and 6 at the 44. They need to go to the 49 for first down. Here's the handoff. James spinning, but it'll be bottled up and taken down. Great closing by Brandon Marshall, first man to him. James Michael Johnson also in on the play, the middle linebacker. And on 4th and 1, Oregon deciding to go for it. Early gamble. Here's the handoff. James again, flags on the play. He won't get it.
On the field.
On the changeup, Gus, when Oregon decided to go for it, they caught Nevada in between. Nevada thought that they were going to punt the football. Then they realized they had to play defense, ended up getting caught with too many men on the field. Remember, this is Nevada's first game of the season. Oregon has one under their belt. Nevada on the run now, trying to catch up with the speed of Oregon.
First down and 10 at the 46. Wolfpack want to be a bend but don't break defense. DeAnthony Thomas, Trey Carson in the backfield. And the handoff. It's Carson with daylight. Dives forward and gets inside the Nevada 40 to the 38 as Khalid Wooten makes the tackle.
And look at the tempo they're playing with. They're going faster than normal for Oregon.
Here's Thomas in the flats. And he gets to the 35. First down, Oregon. Jeremiah Green, Isaiah Frey combining on the stop.
And did you notice how they swung it out to the back after the fake inside? Interesting what the scorekeepers will do on that one, because to me that was a lateral. It was a backwards pass to the running back, and he just caught it like it would be a swing pass.
First down and 10 at the 35, opening drive for Oregon in their home opener against Nevada. Quick strike and incomplete. Ball intended for 2 and 8. And that brings up second down.
Already we're seeing good tempo from Oregon on offense. We're seeing a variety of formations and sets. Chip Kelly wants his team to get off to a quick start and totally flush the memory of the last game with LSU, that loss out of their system.
Penalties also a problem for Oregon last week. 12 penalties. Second down and 10 at the 35. Michael James back in the backfield, and they hand it off on a reverse to Anthony Thomas. And he dives forward. Stopped by Charles Garrett. Brings up third down and 8 at the 33. Darren Thomas remains in the shotgun with LaMichael James. Thomas throwing with time, steps up, stumbles, and goes down. Nevada with some terrific penetration as they bring down Darren Thomas. And now Oregon has a decision to make. James Michael Johnson along with Burnett combining on the tackle, and it looks like the Ducks will go for it again.
Let's see if they decide at this point, and you take a look at this, they're both two of the best teams on fourth down from last year. Oregon 65%, Nevada 75%. Let's see if they go long count to try and draw them off sides.
Fourth down and 5. They snap it quickly. Thomas wants to run it with a first down. Thomas in the open field. Breaks inside, down inside the 5. Charles Garrett with the saving tackle, but on fourth and 5, they gain 20 full.
And it was not a design quarterback draw. That was essentially the same play as on third down, where he's tried to flush from the pocket but was tripped up short. This time he got a better gap and vaulted through it for the first down.
First down and goal at the 4-yard line. Opening drive of the game for Oregon that started at the 21. And a handoff to Michael James. Touchdown.
Coming right at you. Excellent blocking up front. All Michael James needs is a small crease, gets his shoulders square, and goes in.
And look at what the Ducks do. They swing it out, and they will not get the 2-point conversion. You're seeing this a lot in college football nowadays. USC does it as well. However, Oregon, on their opening drive, they march it down the field, go for it on fourth down twice, and take a 6-0 lead over Nevada.
We are visiting.
Welcome back to Eugene as you take a look at the scoring drive. 11 plays, 79 yards. Ducks move quickly, eating up 3:43 as LaMichael James scores on a 4-yard touchdown run. So Alejandro Maldonado will send it away for Oregon. Wooten and Mike Ball are back. 59,398 in attendance. 75th consecutive sellout here at Autzen Stadium. Angle toward the far side. This will be Ball from the 11 with space, and he gets across the 30 up to the 32-yard line. 20-yard return to Whit Stuckey with the tackle on special teams. Brings us to our Chick-fil-A starting lineup.
The Pistols always operated well when they run the football. Chris Barker, their guard, may be the best offensive lineman they've had in school history. And at the running back position, Nick Hale will get the start, but expect to see Mike Ball often today as they search for a lead bell cow at the tailback position.
Taylor Lantrip, the second-string quarterback for 2 years behind Colin Kaepernick, finally gets his opportunity. He's 23 years old this month, already a double major in finance and economics. He'll earn his MBA in December. First down and 10 at the 31, straight ahead, and a whistle prior to the snap. And a delay of game against Nevada. So what does this young man bring to the team, Tyler Lantrip? How different is he than Kaepernick?
You mentioned that he's already a graduate, about to get an MBA. He's a mature kid who's waited for his opportunity. They don't think that he'll ruffle under the pressure of Autzen Stadium.
First down in the long 15 now, the 26. Here's the handoff straight ahead. Hale will push the pile forward, get to the 30. So Kaepernick, known as more of a drop-back passer. Chris Ault saying that he wants to let it fly a little more this year.
Trying to get the vertical game incorporated into the talents of their quarterback. That's the beauty of the pistol. You can move it in any direction you want based on the talents of your players.
Second down and 12 of the 29. Kaepernick, Lantrip will run it himself, and he gets maybe a couple of yards on the play.
You just gave hope to the fans at Nevada, their partner. They thought maybe they could get another year of eligibility out of him. Now we're going to find out about the throwing arm of Tyler Lantrip, as you set up. Known more as a drop-back passer. That's what he was known for in high school. How will it translate here today?
Third down and 10 of the 31. They need to go to the 41 for first down. Hill, the pistol back. Lantrip steps into his throw, incomplete. That ball intended for Shane Anderson. And it looks like Nevada will have to punt it away.
Really good coverage downfield by the Oregon secondary. Really wasn't a place for that football to go. They were actually fortunate that Lantrip was high and wide, because that was an interception waiting to happen for Oregon.
LaMichael James ready to return the punt, and with Kenyon Barner on the sideline today in street clothes because of a foot injury, LaMichael will get an opportunity to do a little bit more. This punt off the side of the foot of Jake Hurst, and it's down to the 22-yard line, a 44-yard punt. Eugene, Oregon, 6-0. Ducks with the ball after this. Now tomorrow, the regular season begins with a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. First, the $100 million man, Michael Vick and the Eagles take on the Rams, or see the Falcons and the Bears, the Lions and the Bucks. Then it's America's game of the week as the Giants take on the Skins, or the Vikes and Chargers, Seahawks, Niners, Panthers, Cardinals. Coverage begins tomorrow with the Built Ford Tough Fox NFL Sunday pregame show at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Check local listings for the game in your area. Oregon takes over first down and 10 at 26. Michael James on the opening drive, 5 carries, 31 yards, and a touchdown. He lines up as the offset back next to Darren Thomas. And they give it to him. Nowhere to go. He is stood up and driven down. Terrific job by Albert Rosette. So that opening drive of the game, a statement for this Oregon team.
That was not a decision I felt that Chip Kelly made when he got here today. I think that he prepped his team all week long, that they were going to be aggressive on fourth downs, that they were going to jam it down the field and try and wash the taste of LSU right out of their mouths on the first drive.
Loss of 1 on the last play. James again spinning, and he is bottled up and taken down. James Michael Johnson, first man to it. And, Coach, what do you think about that opening drive for Chip Kelly?
Well, I thought it was a great drive, and again, like Charles said, I thought it sent a great message to his team. Today, we crossed the 50. We're going to be aggressive and go for it on fourth down. Great call by Chip Kelly on the fourth down quarterback run versus man coverage.
Third down and 11. Here's Thomas to throw. Underneath, incomplete. That ball sailing over the head of Justin Hoffman, and the Ducks 3 and out. Remember, this Nevada team wants to be a bend-but-don't-break squad. They feel that they're very strong at the corners and at the linebacker position.
And they are not discouraged by being down 7 early. Remember, Oregon had to go for it twice on fourth down on that drive to get it, and this time they get them 3 and out. This is a good feel for Nevada's defense to get off the field.
Jackson Rice at the 11, and watch the dangerous Rashard Matthews at the 35. He's a senior from Santa Ana, California. And this one, end over end kick, not a very good one. And it takes a Nevada bounce and down at the 44. So the Wolfpack with excellent field position to start their second drive after a 31-yard punt. Back to Eugene right after this. What a job, Chip Kelly. Last year, 12-1, lost in the BCS national title game, 22-19 to Auburn after running the table in the Pac-10. Now the Pac-12. And as for the Wolfpack, they come to the line of scrimmage, first down and 10. Great field position for Tyler Landrip on their second drive of the game. Nick Hale, the pistol back. Sudfeld in motion. And they give it to Hale straight ahead, and he gets to the 50-yard line, and that is a gain of 4.
When you watch this pistol offense, you're going to see a lot of misdirection, motions, shifts, a lot of smoke and mirrors. But at its core, it's a power running offense. They love to run straight ahead with the running back and then throw off a play action once they get it established.
2nd and 6 at the 48. Landrip hands it off once again. And the Wolfpack get inside Oregon territory. Nick Hale, the runner, he gains 3, and they're looking for a Nevada back. What does that mean?
We asked Coach Alt that because we've heard that term so many times. What does a Nevada back mean? Well, a Nevada back, he says, is a guy who carries it 6 straight times for plus yardage. That's the beginnings of being a Nevada back. What he wants is one guy to carry the full load for the year, unlike the game we play now where there are multiple backs dividing up carries.
So Hale +4, +3, last 2 plays. 3rd down and 3. Landrip with time underneath, and that's caught. Aaron Bradley with the reception and a first down for the Wolfpack as they get deeper inside Oregon territory.
Watch to the right here. There's your receiver. See him coming inside, just a little shallow route, and the ball's delivered on time. Excellent play there inside to Aaron Bradley from Tyler Landrip.
A gain of 11 on the play, first down at the Oregon 38 for the Wolfpack. Landrip, another handoff straight ahead. And Hale gets to the 34 on the play. And what's so deceiving about this pistol offense?
All of the different motions and misdirections, because you see what they're getting set up there, partner. They're handing the ball off inside straight ahead. And then after that, what they're doing is hiding people. Where's the running back going after he gets it inside? Does the quarterback come down the line and now you have option? Does he come down the line and back up and throw the football?
Quite often, linebackers have problems seeing the running back because he's directly behind the QB. Here's the option. Landrip takes it himself, gets outside and downed at the 28. Anthony Gilden tracks him down, but that's a gain of 5. So a gain of 4, 3, 11, 3, 5 on the last 5 plays for the Wolfpack.
Coach, that was a direct snap to the quarterback and just a student body right sweep. If that's an I formation, that's USC's old tall sweep, isn't it?
Power running game, Charles. Power running game. It's exactly what Nevada wants to do.
3rd down and 1 of the 29. Nick Hale in the backfield. Landrip gives it to him. He lunges forward. He's got that great running back lean as he gets the first down.
I like the way you did that, partner. That lean forward, right? What do they always say? Finish the run. Finish the run going forward. What's that, 4 straight now for Nick Hale? We're trying to make him a Nevada back, aren't we? 4 straight positive yardage in the carries. You see that they're running the ball successfully, trying to avoid going to the air. And you know what else they're doing? They're keeping Oregon's high-flying offense off the field and on the bench.
Slowing down the game, the key for the Wolfpack coming into this one. 1st down and 10 of the 26. Hale again in the backfield. Here comes the motion. They give it to him. And Hale, the junior from Valencia, California. Flag on the play. So full start against the Wolfpack. That makes it first down at 15 at the 31. And Coach Brew, you can't see this kid.
Cannot see him. He's 5'10". Tyler Landrip is 6'4". Oregon cannot see Nick Hale.
First down and a long 15 at the 31. Landrip will throw it this time. Incomplete. Threw that one in no man's land. Steven Jeffers, the closest man to the football, and that brings up second down and 15 at the Oregon 31.
That was a counter to what they've been running. They've been running it inside aggressively, getting good yardage. Went play out on that one, trying to hit Oregon a little bit deeper. Were unsuccessful, but if they continue to run it this well, they'll come back to it.
Second down and 15 at the 31. Landrip 0 for 2 on this drive. Sets up a screen. Hale's got it with blockers in front of him. Cuts it inside and gets down to the Oregon 20. A gain of 10 on second and 15. Taylor Hart coming up with the tackle for Oregon.
And a nice play call by Chris Aul, who handles all of that duty as the originator and architect of the pistol. He felt Oregon got a little antsy and wanted to come after him, and they did, and he hit him with a screen pass for nice yardage.
Third down and 4, the 20-yard line. Big play for Nevada. Mike Ball comes into the game at tailback. Anderson, the motion man. Landrip, quick release to the sideline, incomplete. Ball intended for Matthews. And it goes out of bounds, so a decision needing to be made right now.
Got to kick the field goal here if you're Nevada. No other option, I don't think. Just missed an opportunity for a connection, but it would not have been a first down. Anthony Gilden, number 18, on the coverage with Rashard Matthews. It would have been a gain, but not a first down.
So Anthony Martinez, 10 for 14 on field goals as a freshman, including a 34-yarder in overtime that beat number 3 Boise State 34-31. This one from 38 yards away. And it's blocked. No good. So the pistol come up empty as Oregon turns away the Wolfpack, and the score remains 6-zip. John Boyette may have gotten a hand on it. Look for number 20.
To the bottom of your screen, and look at the dive. He just came over the top of the blocking, right over the top of number 89, Jeffers. And you talk about giving up your body and laying out as your coaches teach you in special teams. And an excellent job of Boyette doing exactly that and turning away the first scoring opportunity of the game for Nevada.
So Boyette on the sideline, starting safety, allows Oregon to start their offense at the 21. And the snap. They run it wide. Not a lot of room. Maybe a yard on the play. Jack Reynoso, first man to him as LaMichael James is brought down. So there's a prevailing thought in college football right now when you talk about Oregon. If you can take away LaMichael James and make Darren Thomas beat you with his arm, you got a chance to beat the Ducks. What do you think?
I think that's the strategy that Nevada is going to play with here today.
And deception as Darren Thomas. He can beat you with his legs as well. Maybe an underrated runner.
And the reason he doesn't run very often is if the read is not there, he's not going to keep it just to keep it for his own sake. If the read is there to give it to the back in their offense, he hands it off inside. But as you said, if you take that away with the back and make him keep it, he can be dangerous. Third down and 2 at the 29. Here's a snap. And Oregon will pick up a first down at the 35. D'Anthony Thomas running the rock. Let's go back to what you said, Gus. Most people want Darren Thomas to have the football and beat him, and that's the way they want to lose. They don't want to lose to the running backs. But in their last 2 losses, the running backs have carried the ball, but have just not been able to gain the yardage they need.
Uh-oh, the Black Mamba! Down the sideline! Out of bounds inside the 5. D'Anthony Thomas with the breakaway speed. Isaiah Frey there to push him out of bounds. It's a gain of 62 coming right at you.
And on that play, the offensive line did a terrific job of making sure they had man-on-man and forced people wide to give Anthony Thomas a gap to hurdle through. And boy, did he take it in sprint.
This kid out of Crenshaw High School in Los Angeles, one of the greatest recruits in the history of the Oregon program, playing in his first game at Autzen. First time he's ever even seen a game. First and goal at the 3. And they give it to Thomas once again, and this time he's wrestled down. What an interesting story with this kid. And it goes all the way back to when he was playing Pop Warner and had a chance to develop a relationship with a young man, a businessman by the name of Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg, who sponsored the football league that he was playing in, and he dropped 52 points on Snoop Dogg's team as Snoop Dogg made his acquaintance after the game, and they've been in a relationship and been friends ever since. This guy turned down USC to come up to Eugene to play for the Ducks.
Second down and goal at the 3. Thomas considers Snoop Dogg his godfather. And Darren Thomas back in the end zone. Touchdown. 2-8. And the extra point up and good for Maldonado. And check out DeAnthony Thomas.
The explosion of this offense. Watch the right side. Nick Cody, 61, widens the defensive end. DeAnthony Thomas takes off on the long sprint, which of course sets up Oregon in play inside the 5-yard line. And Rao, while you're at home, can you catch this one? Lavoisier Tuanay certainly could. Nice throw by Thomas. The payoff for Tuanay, and the Oregon Ducks have their second touchdown of the game.
1:56 remaining in the first quarter. Oregon taking a 13-0 lead. So far, the Ducks 144 yards rushing in the first quarter of play. Now, another big week coming up on FX. It kicks off Tuesday at 10 with an all-new Sons of Anarchy. Thursday, television's most outrageous comedy returns with the season premiere of It's Always Sunny in Philly. Then stay tuned to 10:30 for an Archer special assignment, the first of 3 all-new Archer episodes only on FX.
Gus, you see how frustrating it is for a defense. You can stuff the run, and the next thing you know, they're going 60 yards down the field on you.
Wooten and ball back deep. Maldonado will send it away for the Ducks. And they kick it in the direction of ball. But this will be Wooten. And Wooten crosses the 30 and gets all the way up to the 35-yard line. A 29-yard return. Cliff Harris with the tackle on special teams, as Harris returns after the 1-game suspension for an off-the-field violation. He's the All-America candidate. And our 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Russell Athletic.
At this point of the game, Gus, if you're Nevada, it's not panic time. Don't change the game plan drastically and now go back and throw it 3 straight times. They still need to possess the football and keep Oregon's offense at bay.
First down and 10 of the 34. Landrip hands it off. Mike Ball now with huge space. Ball crosses the 45, pushed out of bounds at about the 42. That's a gain of 24. Eddie Pleasant's Terrence Mitchell there to knock him out of bounds.
Coach, it's easy to panic in a game like this when you're down 13 after a big sprint, but I don't think that's the right strategy for Nevada.
Chris Alt's a veteran, experienced Hall of Fame coach. He will not panic in this football game.
First down and 10 of the 42. Ball, a junior from Vegas. Landrip. Landrip throws it out wide. That ball caught by Anderson with running room. And Anderson chopped down by Troy Hill and Eddie Pleasant. And it's a gain of 6.
The offensive line for Nevada, they call themselves the Union. That was the name Chris Ault gave the offensive line in 1986 to give them an identity, and they're trying to play to it. They're running the ball effectively. In passing situations, giving time for Tyler Lantrip in most occasions.
2nd down and 4. Here's Lantrip, quick strike. Matthews with the catch, 1st down as well. As he stopped at the 25, Troy Hill again, a gain of 10.
You know what I liked about what Matthews did on that play? Caught the football, realized that he was hemmed in by two tacklers, and just got as much as he could out of the play. No dancing, no juking, no losing yards after a positive game.
1st down at the Oregon 26. Wolfpack having no problems moving the ball on this Oregon defense. Ball. And ball. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. I thought it was interesting when we met with the Oregon coaches yesterday, and their defensive coordinator was very honest in saying, we're talking to not a pistol guy, but the pistol himself, so he can change it up because he created this thing and he's got all the answers.
What Nick Aliotti, the defense coordinator, said was everything we throw at him, he's seen already. He'll make adjustments.
And that's the end of the 1st quarter with the score. Oregon 13, the Wolfpack nothing. However, Nevada knocking on the door. Back to Eugene after this. Ranked team in the country. Nevada taking on this runner-up national championship squad. 1st game of the season. Tough schedule for the Wolfpack this year. They open up on the road 4 consecutive weeks.
That just tells you that the head coach probably didn't make the schedule. All right, he's looking for someone else. They won't play their 1st home game until October the 8th. Only Florida Atlantic opens up a week later, and they're opening up a week later because they're opening up a brand new stadium in Howard Schnellenberger's last season. Oregon today at San Jose State in conference, at Texas Tech, and then at Boise State, which is no longer a conference game as Boise State moved to the Mountain West.
2nd down and 9 to the 25. Lantrip, 4 of 7, 40 yards so far. Nick Hale back in the game along with Mike Ball in the offset eye.
And you've got Rashard Matthews out here. He's their #1 receiver.
And a timeout called by the Wolfpack. That's their 1st. And we'll stay right here. So after some early game jitters, Lantrip has settled down into a nice rhythm.
And the team has come along with him. You often hear, Gus, how the team actually picks the quarterback, not necessarily the coaching staff. How do they respond under his tutelage, under his guidance, under his leadership? This team's down 2 scores, but they didn't come out on this series looking flustered. They didn't come out in this series looking desperate, stuck to the game plan, and have done quite well running the football and then hitting them with play action.
Second down and 9 to the 25. Lantrip has thrown for 41 yards on this drive. Here's the option pass. Picked off. Hill with room. Turns a corner. It's got a block. Hill hits the sideline. Zoom. Out of bounds at the 45. A 44-yard return for Troy Hill. Lantrip had to make the tackle.
It's a wonderful play by the corner, Troy Hill, because the action goes away first. Now it's coming to him, and he reads the quarterback and falls back into the coverage to take away the pass and make the interception. See, he had the short zone, but he felt no presence of a receiver there, fell back into the play deeper, and picked off the pass to put Oregon in business.
So the Ducks take over at the 44-yard line. Thomas up the sideline. Well, Michael James. Touchdown, Ducks. Yards. First play after the interception.
that was an attack play. Right after a mistake, Chip Kelly went on the attack and said, let's go right after them and try and hit them deep while they're a little bit unsettled.
Extra point up and good for Maldonado. So just like that, Ducks force a turnover. Go up top. LaMichael James showing the versatility. Catching it out of the backfield, 20-0, Ducks. Welcome back, LaMichael James with a big smile on his face.
He feels a lot better today than he did running against LSU and Auburn, running in open space even off of a pass. Caught 6 passes against LSU. He can do it all out of the backfield.
20-zip. And the Wolfpack will get another opportunity. Mike Ball. And Mike Ball returns it to the 18. Now let's go to Kevin Frazier in Los Angeles for a game break.
Gus, Mississippi State Auburn. Final play of the game. State down by 7. The keeper, Auburn's defense, holds on the 1-yard line. Don't call him Gene Chizik. Call him Houdini. The defending national champions do it again. They have run off 17 straight. They escape. Meanwhile, in-state rival Alabama up 7-3 in Happy Valley. Let's get back to Gus right now. Amazing how Auburn keeps winning.
All right, Auburn did it last week against Utah State. Now Mississippi State, terrific job for the War Eagle. And no running room for Mike Ball. He is slung down by Dion Jordan, the 6'7" junior from Chandler, Arizona.
We got a good look at him in practice, didn't we? I mean, he looks like a flat-out athlete. You look like you take him over to the basketball court. Dana Altman, the head coach at Oregon, would love to have him.
Second down, 15 at the 14. Nick Hale back in the game and running back. They need to go to the 29 for a first down. Landry lets it fly underneath. And this is Matthews with the reception as he gains 11 on 2nd and 15.
That pass accomplished a lot there for Nevada. Number one, it got them out of the shadow of their goal line. So now if they want to make a bigger play call, they've got it available to them. He wanted a safe pass to gain him some yardage and make 3rd down and 5 manageable.
We're going to say it's 3rd and 4. Wolfpack 2 of 4 on 3rd down conversion. Landry, quick release underneath, and it's a first down. Nicely done, keeping the chains moving. Trace Sessions, the senior from Long Beach, California, picks up the first down as he gains 6.
How about that play calling, coach? Back-to-back calls, one to set up a chance to get the first down, the second one to pick it up.
Absolutely, Charles. Again, Sessions got open underneath the coverage. Really nice 3rd down call.
First down at the 31. Landry hands it off, Nick Hale. And he's tripped up, falls forward, however, as Hale stopped by Brandon Henna. A 1-yard gain.
This Nevada team remains composed, especially on offense, and it's difficult to do with the flurry that Oregon is throwing at them. The offense is staying under control, even after the interception. You don't see panic on the offensive side. The defense, on the other hand, when it flipped, they were hit hard on that one-play drive.
Second down and 9 to the 32. Ball returns to the game as the pistol back. Anderson in motion. They run the option. And this is Landry, not a lot of room, as he's taken down by DeWitt Stuckey. It's a 2-yard gain.
That's the zone read inside, Gus, where they're checking the defensive ends, the defensive tackles. If they're crashing down, you take the ball and pull it out, and the quarterback goes out the backside. It's a play that Nevada fans saw a lot of with Colin Kaepernick, who was quicker to the edge than Tyler Landry.
3rd down and 7 at the 34. Landry calling the play at the line of scrimmage. Anderson in motion to the far side. Landry underneath. It's caught. Matthews, but he will not pick up the first down. He stopped at the 40. Nice tackle by Avery Patterson. And that'll bring up 4th down and 1.
I think a number of these play calls by Chris Alt, were to help protect the confidence of his quarterback. He had just thrown an interception after an impressive drive that led to points for Oregon. All the play calls on that drive were throws underneath that were easy throws for the quarterback to try and get his legs back underneath him and get his equilibrium settled.
Jake Hurst from the 26, LaMichael James at the 21. This one off the side of the foot of Hurst, and it goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So he shanks it. A 20-yard punt. Oregon with a 20-0 lead. Excellent field position. Ducks squat down on defense and letting it fly on O. And welcome back, 20-0. The 14th ranked Ducks with the lead, with the ball at their own 40-yard line. And Michael James in the backfield with Thomas, and they give it to him. He sweeps around the left side, and a little juke move gets to the 49. Brett Roy with the tackle, the senior. And it is a gain of 8.
And they're upping the tempo again, Gus. Look how fast they are. Back to the line of scrimmage.
James again. And this time he's dragged down from behind, Brandon Marshall.
Nice play by the linebacker from Nevada, Brandon Marshall. And right behind him was Brett Roy, number 47, their best defensive lineman.
Third down 3. Thomas, near side. Ball caught. Vaughn gets out of bounds and picks up the first down. Rasan Vaughn. Junior college transfer out of the College of San Mateo. Gained 13, and there is an injured Duck on the field. And it looks like Justin Hoffman. So while Hoffman is being tended to, we will step away. Oregon with a 20-0 lead.
Now it's time for a one-of-a-kind party. Let's have a real good time. 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 Hey, mami, vamos a disfrutar la vida. Let's have a real good time. Rocky, all new Tuesday at 10, only on FX.
Coming up in moments on the Geico Halftime Report, we'll check in on number 2 Alabama as they visit Happy Valley and Penn State, and also number 6 Stanford. Smart kids playing the smart kids as it's Stanford and Duke. We'll see how Andrew Luck is doing. It's all coming up on the Geico Halftime Show with Marcus Allen. Gus?
Thomas throws a BB incomplete. And a flag on the play. That ball intended for Will Murphy. And he may have been held up.
They're going to call Nevada for holding him in the secondary as he was running his route.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And I believe they call it on Wooten. So a 15-yard penalty, and that will move the chains forward for the Oregon Ducks. First down and 10 at the 25. Thomas out of the shotgun for Michael James. Thomas, wide open receiver in the corner. Touchdown! Rasan Vaughn. And Darren Thomas puts it on him.
When you're focused on Michael James in the backfield and he's already hurt you in the pass game, all eyes go to him. Did you see that? The corner, Isaiah Fry, actually was moving upfield to Michael James and let Rasan Vaughn go right past him downfield for a touchdown.
Extra point, good. Oregon pouring it on now. 9:57 to play. Second quarter. Ducks up 27-0. Darren Thomas with his third touchdown pass 6 of 9, 92 yards. He's on the phone. They must be saying good things.
Yes, and it helps when Isaiah Fry, the corner, who has deeper responsibilities, has his attention on LaMichael James, who loops here, and inside Rashawn just goes right past Fry for one of his easier touchdowns. That was set up because LaMichael James took that wheel route out of the backfield for a touchdown, so all eyes on him. They forgot about the other receivers.
Darren Thomas throwing a pretty ball. He worked on his footwork, his release during the offseason to become a better leader for this Oregon squad. Looks sensational to start this game. Wooten and Mike Ball back deep for Nevada. And this is Ball bringing it out of the end zone. And Ball gets past the 25, up the 27-yard line. DeWitt Stuckey making the tackle on special teams. So Tyler Lantrip has been able to move the ball, but when they get close, they have not been able to finish.
You talked about at the beginning of this game, Gus, that Nevada wanted to be a bend and don't break defense. Oregon has really had that identity in the first half. They bent at times, but they never broke. Blocked a field goal, picked off a pass, never gave up the points.
First down and 10 at the 27. Landrip 7 of 11 for 62 yards. Ball in the backfield. They hand it off to Matthews, and he goes out of bounds at the 30. Maybe the 29, gain of a couple.
That seemed to me like what I call a people play. That you want to get the ball in the hands of your best players. They haven't been able to get to Rashard Matthews on a consistent basis. They called something to try and get him shook free.
Second down and 8 at the 29. Landrip, ball caught. Anderson steps out of bounds at the 35.
Coach, I don't think that Oregon is doing a lot on defense to double Rashard Matthews. How can Nevada get him the ball a little bit more?
Well, you just saw that on the fly sweep. They've got to make sure Rashard Matthews gets his touches. The fly sweep is away, throwing some bubble screens to him and some short throws. High percentage stuff.
Third and short. Wolfpack need 2 yards. 3 of 6 on third down conversions. Ball, the pistol back. Landrip in traffic, and it's caught. Beautiful ball. Shane Anderson pulls it down. The senior from Glendale, Arizona. And Landrip threw that ball in a perfect position. It's a gain of 11.
And he got nice help from the Union up front, his offensive line. There wasn't much push inside by Oregon. Allowed Landrip to sit in the rocking chair and fire.
First down at the 46. They hand it straight ahead. Mike Ball knocked backwards. His forward progress, though, should allow him to gain a couple. Ricky Hamuli with the tackle, coming from his defensive tackle position. Sophomore from Glendale, Utah. Gain of 2.
The difference I'm seeing in these two offenses is that Nevada has had some success shutting down Oregon's running game at times, but then they give up a big play. On the flip side, Oregon has not done that with Nevada.
Second down and 8. Landrip again. In trouble, and he's ridden down. Terrific pressure. Michael Clay around the corner hard. Brings down the Wolfpack quarterback.
Watch Clay looping here, getting some help from the guys up front. They occupy the offensive line, and the back has to step up to try and block Brandon Hanna, the defensive end. That allowed Clay free access, became a free runner to the quarterback.
A loss of 9 on the play. Third down, 17 at the 39. They need to go to the 44 for first down. Landrip, slant, caught. Matthews, he will be short. As he gets inside Oregon territory. And now the punt team coming off of the Wolfpack. Bryant Jackson keeping him from getting that first down.
Mission accomplished by Nick Aliotti's defense. They just rushed 4 initially, brought a 5th guy late, and just wanted to make the tackle and get the football back.
So Hurst from the 38, and a whistle. Looks like some movement on the part of the Oregon special teams.
Remember, Hurst shanked his last one, Gus. He needs to pin Oregon deep on this one.
Ball start. Number 52 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
That will go against Nevada. And it's James Michael Johnson, their star middle linebacker, also playing on special teams. And Michael James at the 17. You just want to see him get a chance to get his hands on the football. Hurst shanked his last punt. This time he drives it toward the far side. Nice directional punting, and it takes a Wolfpack bounce out of bounds inside the 15. And don't forget, next Saturday on the FX Game of the Week, we'll be in LA, where the Syracuse Orangemen will take on the USC Trojans. The FX College Football Game of the Week, presented by Russell Athletic, begins next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific in high def only on FX.
Two tradition-laden programs colliding out in Los Angeles. Syracuse with the number 44 for their star tailback. Guys like Jim Brown, Floyd Little, Jim Nance, Larry Zonka played there, and of course the great Ernie Davis.
First down and 10 to the 14. Thomas sets up a middle screen, and he has LaMichael James. And LaMichael James picks up the first down. James Michael Johnson with the tackle. It's a gain of 12.
Nice gain for Oregon, obviously a first down gain. But if James Michael Johnson doesn't make that terrific open field tackle, I think LaMichael James might still be running, Gus.
You have a feeling that DeAnthony Thomas and LaMichael James are eventually going to pop another big one. Here's LaMichael. And he's stopped by Brett Roy. Brett Roy with 8 sacks last year for the Wolfpack. Did not make an all-conference team.
Look at the numbers this week as opposed to last week, the struggle against LSU.
Thomas sideline. Caught. Big gain at the 20-yard line. Darryl Hawkins, the sophomore from Omaha, with a gain of 51.
The misdirection action with the fake inside on the run play, and Darren Thomas gets outside of the pocket and has a clear sight line downfield to fire the strike to Hawkins.
Oregon can do no wrong in this first half with 5:56 to go. First down at the Nevada 20. Thomas again on the run, and the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Oregon. Laerla, the freshman from Hillsboro, Oregon. And that is the 4th touchdown pass of the first half for Darren Thomas.
A freshman that they had to force feed into the lineup due to a bunch of injuries and people having to give up football. They say he's got a man's body, he's got a man's attitude, and now he has his first touchdown.
And the extra point is good. Colt Laerla did a nice job to pick that ball up before it hit the ground. Great catch. Great concentration. And he's only a freshman.
Really nice mitts. He was a running back and linebacker in high school, and they brought him here thinking they had some time to develop him. But they had injuries behind Paulson, with David Paulson, the tight end, that have dictated Colt Laerla getting into the lineup earlier.
So Oregon hitting on all cylinders in the first half, 34-0, and they didn't allow the LSU loss to trouble them for too long.
Chip Kelly has a 24-hour rule, as many coaches have. 24 hours to celebrate a win, 24 hours to mourn a loss, and you flush it and turn it loose. What interested me in talking to him, Gus, was he said they don't watch full game films after games. They move on to the next game. They just watch plays that give them teachable moments, which is unusual, I believe.
Maldonado sends it away. Wooten and Ball are back deep. This is Ball from the 2. Wrapped up hard at the 19-yard line. A lot of good hitting on special teams. And the great views from just above the field come from the Chase Action Cam.
Coach Brewster, when we talked with Chip Kelly and he said, hey, we just watch teachable moments, 20 to 30 plays of each game. I reflected back to when I was an old guy. We watched the whole game of the previous one and got graded on. Is that how you're doing it these days?
We'll hear from Coach in just a moment. First down and 10 of the 20. Nick Hale back in the backfield. And they give it to him straight ahead. And he gets up to the 23. As Paseko Lacombo comes up with the tackle. Gain of 3.
So, Coach, did you show full game films after games, win or lose?
Coach, coming off of a loss, we wanted to be certain that we got something positive about it. The same team is not going to beat you twice. Flush it.
Second down and 7. Here's Lanford rolling out of the pocket, looking. And does Matthews have it? Yes, they will give him the catch. Rashard Matthews, terrific job to not only catch the football, but to get a foot in bounds. That's a gain of 20.
Got to find ways to get the ball to your playmakers, and sometimes it seems like you're forcing it, and that was. But that went right over the top of John Boyette, the safety. And Rashard Matthews' concentration, as you described, Gus, brought it in.
Now underneath, that one almost intercepted. Boyette had a hand on the football intended for Aaron Bradley. Boyette blocking a field goal earlier in this game. 4:53 to play, second quarter, 34-zip. Oregon. Wolfpack have been able to move the ball, but they've come up empty when it's time to score points. Lanford. Underneath. Matthews again. Nice move after the catch, and he'll get down to the Oregon 35, Kiko Alonso. Back in the lineup after missing last week with the tackle.
See, and if you're considered a great player on a team, these are the things you have to do. Rashard Matthews knows he's going to get extra attention from Oregon. They know he's a terrific player, but he's making plays in spite of that extra attention.
Our first and 10 line is brought to you by Russell Athletic. First down and 10 at the 37. Mike Ball back in the game as the pistol back, and some movement on the Nevada offensive line.
Ball start. 44 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Maine's first down.
That's the starting tight end, Zach Sudfeld, senior from Modesto.
Oregon fans recognize some of these false starts and drive-stopping type plays that Nevada's making right now from last week against LSU. An uncharacteristic 12 penalties against Oregon last week helped stop a number of drives.
First down and 15 at the Oregon 42-yard line. Lantrip keeps it, fakes the option, tucks it with room, and is dragged down from behind at the 19. Terrific deception. Lantrip a little quicker than you would think to be so tall as Brian Jackson stops him.
I agree with the observation. That was a nifty move by Lantrip in the backfield, because my first thought was he's going to pitch it wide. But he made the fake and cut back inside and went right upfield for positive yardage.
He gained 22 on the play. First down. Wolfpack moving quickly. Lantrip directing traffic. Gives it to Ball, and he lowers his shoulder and gets to the 16-yard line.
It's another, I'm sorry, Gus, it's another nice drive for Nevada into scoring territory, but they've got to ring the bell this time. And to do that, I believe they're going to have to throw the football. I'm not sure they'll be able to just power their way all the way down with the running game. They have to find Tyler Lantrip with an angle to throw the football, and I would watch Rashard Matthews on this play.
2nd down and 7. Matthews at the top of your screen. Lantrip looking that way, lofts it in the corner, and out of bounds. Rashard Matthews, the intended receiver.
Lantrip with the fake inside, and then he gets the pressure. Kiko Alonso, number 47, back in the lineup. Big, thick linebacker playing the middle, backing up to Whit Stuckey. Applies the pressure to Tyler Lantrip.
3rd down and 7 at the 17. And
Nevada.
the Wolfpack want to talk it over.
Second charge time out of the half.
Nevada with 1 timeout remaining, 2:58 to play in the first half, trailing 34-0.
This is a drive going into the half. All right, 2:58 to go. They've come up empty so many times. This is a feel-good drive. Something to energize your team a little bit before they go into the half. If they come out of this with no points, it'll be a real difficult task for Chris Ault and his staff to motivate these guys going into the second half. They need something positive here.
Now don't forget, coming up at the half, it's the Geico halftime show with Kevin Frazier and Marcus Allen. They'll have the latest from the Alabama-Penn State game. You know, all these teams with all these new cool uniforms. Saw Arizona State last night beat Missouri, and the Arizona State uniforms look great. Maryland uniforms look great. It's nice to see the traditional powers wear the same stuff for decades.
And I don't think you'll see Alabama change very often, if at all. They did a little bit last year. And Penn State, not a chance.
3rd down, 7 at the 17. They need to get to the 10 for 1st down. Lantrip with time and dumps it incomplete. He had a lot of pressure on him. Josh Kadu in his face. And now Chris Ault needs to make a decision. Is he going to go for it?
Watch to the left side of your screen. Kadu coming inside. Another free runner to the quarterback and dumps Tyler Lantrip. Down 34-0. Nevada appears that they're going to go for it here. Coach Brew, what do you think? Would you kick the field goal and try and get something out of it?
Charles, as you said, we've got to get something positive out of this. I'd kick the ball, get 3 points, and feel good going into halftime.
4th down and 7. Lantrip underneath, caught. Matthews again, spins forward and gets to the 5-yard line, but more importantly picks up the 1st down.
I know it's 34-0, but Coach Brewster, I'm really impressed with Rashard Matthews. He's a guy now who's performing on the big stage when his team really needs him.
He's a go-to guy. Everything's underneath, Charles. They've got to get something down the field. The corners are squatting on Matthews.
8 catches, 103 yards for Matthews in the first half. 1st down and goal. And the handoff to Nick Hale. And Hale will get back to the line of scrimmage.
I'm thinking if they run the ball here again, they might think option, or you bring Lantrip out of the pocket and try and get something with Rashard Matthews to the near side where he looks like he may end up with one-on-one coverage out on the corner.
2nd down and goal at the 5. Lantrip drops back in the corners, got a man, touchdown. Mike Ball out of the backfield with the score, and the Wolfpack are finally on the board.
Like the way they snuck the running back out of the backfield. There he goes. Looks like he's going to show block and then get into the flat. And Lantrip on the play fake had plenty of time to loft it over and deliver. A touchdown pass for Tyler Lantrip in his first start as a 5th-year senior.
Let's see if that can motivate this Nevada squad. Anthony Martinez into the tip the extra point, and it's good. So with 1:52 remaining in the first half, Oregon with a 34-8 lead. And let's remind you how we got here. Darren Thomas has been electric. Let's take a look at the Russell Athletic game summary.
Right out of the gate, Oregon first drive, picked up 2 4th downs. And then Darren Thomas with Lavoisier 2-A. And then coming back later with a wheel route after an interception to LaMichael James. And then Rashawn Vaughn, the junior college transfer, scores. And Colt Laerla, the freshman tight end, straight from high school, gets into the end zone.
And, you know, we brought up at the beginning of this game Darren Thomas and some of the thoughts around college football when it comes to Oregon make him beat you with his arm, and you have a better chance at beating this Duck squad. Doesn't look like it today.
No, today he looked like the quarterback they were hoping to see against LSU. As his coach Chip Kelly said, he played good, he played well against LSU, but he didn't play great, and they needed him to play great that night. Today, Darren Thomas is hitting on all cylinders.
This ball fielded by Thomas. And he tries to get around the corner, but that's a win for him right there on his first kickoff return. Ball security, very important for this young man out of Crenshaw High.
Back-to-back fumbles against LSU helped turn the tide of the game, but they say mentally he's tough. And you just noticed, Gus, you just observed it. He's high and tight now, holding on to the football, better ball security. But Coach Brew, this team now, if you're Nevada, you just scored, you can't exhale, can you? Because I think Oregon's going to try and get one more before the half.
This is Oregon's personality. They're going to try to go score right here, guys. Nevada's got to make a stop.
First down from the 19. And they hand it off to Michael James. Michael following his block and out of bounds. At the 41. James Michael Johnson with the saving tackle. But an interesting play as you saw Michael James just follow his blocker and get upfield.
Just burrowed in there, didn't he? He's a lot stronger than you think by looking at his dimensions.
Gains 22. Thomas fires for the home run. He's got a receiver. Incomplete. Thomas looking for Will Murphy. And Thomas can put some hot sauce on that football.
He didn't mind flinging it, did he? Did not mind at all. The one thing I've noticed so far in this game that I think that Oregon is lacking, that they've had before, real breaking speed ability on the outside with receivers.
Second down and 10, underneath, incomplete. And that'll bring up third down and long for the Ducks. Darrell Hawkins, the intended receiver.
From what I've seen so far, they've got good receivers outside, Gus, but I don't see that speed that's just going to take it and terrify a defense. They've got it up probably right now in their freshman class that those guys aren't ready to play yet. But what I'm seeing right now, they're going to be more of a possession type. And if you give them an opening, they'll go past you. But just flat out speed, I'm not seeing it today with Josh Huff on the bench.
Third down and 10 of the 41. Thomas out of the gun. Fires over the middle. Nice reception. And a first down, 2-A with the catch. 2-A led the Ducks with 7 catches for 47 yards against LSU last week. 1:22 to go. And the handoff. Michael James, Oregon, with all 3 of their timeouts remaining as they quickly get up and get back to the line of scrimmage.
And they can hoard them very well because of their pace of play.
Thomas rolling out, squares his shoulders, and fires on the run. Caught by his tight end, David Paulson, senior from Auburn, Washington. All Pac-10 last year.
There's that hot sauce you just talked about from the arm of Darren Thomas. He stuck that right in there on the sideline.
3rd and 1. DeAnthony Thomas in the game, looking for a crease. And he crawls forward. James Michael Johnson.
And they don't have to use a timeout here, Gus, because it's a first down, so the chains have to move, so the clock stops to get the chains in place. And you notice Oregon's already at the line of scrimmage, ready to go.
Thomas dropping back again, looking over the middle, incomplete. Thrown behind the intended receiver. looks like Ben Butterfield.
Well, that's one Darren Thomas would like to have back, isn't it? He ended up turning his receiver all the way around. If he hits him in stride, Butterfield's running across the secondary towards the sideline.
2nd and 10. Thomas underneath, head of steam, 2-A, and he's tripped up after he picks up the first down. Duke Williams gets him, but he gains 12 on the play. This drive started at the 22. Make that the 19-yard line. Thomas again. Looking. Incomplete. Vaughn, the receiver, and he couldn't hold on.
We always talk about tempo with Oregon and how fast they play. After that last first down, when they spotted the ball, when they were on the line waiting, there was only 1 second that went off the clock when the ball was snapped. That's how they're able to utilize keep their timeouts in their pocket, because they play so fast and are so disciplined getting to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 at the 24. Thomas again. Going forward. Lobs it wide open. Again, DeAnthony Thomas. And the Ducks march it up and down with the quickness. Darren Thomas with his 5th touchdown pass, and we're still in the first half. So Oregon taking a 40-7 lead, make it 41-7 now. DeAnthony Thomas.
Watch here. The rush comes here from the linebacker, but outside, DeAnthony Thomas goes. Is he supposed to come in and alert and go? He doesn't. He rushes the passer. He started in the proper direction. That was number 53 on the play for Nevada, Brock Hecking. But he was hesitant. He wasn't sure. Should I rush him? Should I go cover? He left DeAnthony Thomas wide open. Another swing route out of the backfield, ends up in the end zone.
What a day for DeAnthony Thomas. What a start to his college career. Last week, put up solid numbers, but fumbled the ball twice. Coach showed great confidence in him. Said, you're going to continue to get the football. Comes out today, and the first time he's not only played in a game here at Oregon, but the first time he's even seen a game. Because when he was recruited, they brought him in here on a midnight express, some kind of excursion to hide the fact that he was on campus, so he didn't get to see a game.
Because everyone thought that he was a USC commit. Actually, he felt he was a USC commit. Everyone thought that was a done deal, but he left wanting to become an Oregon Duck.
And ball. And he's wrestled down at the 12-yard line. Derek Malone Jr. with the tackle on special teams. 7 seconds remaining in this first half. Oregon 41 and Nevada 7.
I don't think they do anything cute here. I mean, you don't want to give up one more before the half. Got the touchdown, felt good about that. Take that into the half and try and just assess and adjust and play hard in the second half.
So it looks like Lantrip will take a knee. What a first half offensively for this Duck team. Darren Thomas, 5 touchdowns. Ducks 410 yards in total offense. And I have a feeling Chip Kelly's going to be in a little different mood. Here's Coach Brewster.
Coach Kelly, talk a little bit about Darren Thomas's performance. Obviously outstanding.
Really is. You know, he's the leader of this football team, and the Darren Thomas you're seeing playing the first half is the Darren Thomas I know, and he set the tone for everybody else. He had a great week of practice, and it's showing up today.
Coach, we stay aggressive in the second half. We keep pushing it.
Yeah, until we got to manage the game a little bit. You know, we all just kind of figured out when they sub, we sub, but they're a good football team, and they're going to come back, and they're going to give us as much as they can. So we're going to go in and manage the game as well as we could.
Thanks a lot, Chip.
Thanks.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Brewster. It's halftime here in Eugene with the score, Oregon 41, Nevada 7. We'll send you to Kevin Frazier and the Heisman Trophy Hall of Famer in L.A., Marcus Allen, for the Geico halftime show after these messages. Welcome back to FX College Football, presented by Russell Athletic. And a big-time score for Oregon in the first half, 41-7. Gus Johnson, along with Charles Davis. And Charles, against LSU, Oregon with no plays of 25 yards or more, 8 in the first half in this game.
They're back to playing Oregon football. And you know Chip Kelly spent a lot of time telling his team, let's clean some things up, all right? Well, in the last game, they had 12 penalties. In this game, just 1 so far. They had a couple of fumbles in the last game. No fumbles so far. That helps lead to those big plays paying off in the end zone.
All right, we're ready to start the second half. Nevada will receive the football. Mike Ball. Duke Williams back deep, along with Wooten. And this will be Duke Williams bringing it out of the end zone. And Williams with a good return to the 25, flag on the play. All right, Coach Brew, our sideline analyst and our coach. And we will check in with him to start this second half.
During the return, holding number 3 on the return team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Coach Brew, what do you do if you're Chris Alt and the Wolfpack to start this second half?
You know, again, Coach Alt's been there. He's done that. No panic. What he's got to do here is get some confidence instilled in his kids for next week's game. They got to come out of this second half feeling good about themselves.
First down and 10 at the 15. Mike Ball in at tailback. He's the pistol. And they give it to him running left. And he crosses the 15, gets to the 17-yard line, picks up a couple. Taylor Hart, defensive tackle, with the stop for Oregon.
And that's so important what Coach Brewster's talking about, getting them ready to go. Gus, you spotlighted it in the first half. Look at the schedule Nevada has coming up. They've got to go to San Jose State in their conference opener, and then they still have to go to Texas Tech and Boise State before we even get to October.
Second down and 7 at the 18. Landrip dumps it off, and he's got his fullback, Zach Sudfeld. Some nice-looking tackles. Anthony Gilden coming up and making the hit. So let's take a look at the rough road for the Wolfpack.
Well, San Jose State conference opener. Mike McIntyre's crew will be waiting for them, obviously. Texas Tech with Tommy Tuberville getting things cranked up in Lubbock, and then at Boise State, which used to be a conference game until Boise moved to the Mountain West Conference, which is where Nevada's going next year.
Landrip knocked away, diving play by Michael Clay as he came out of nowhere to redirect the football.
Speaking of confidence, look at the reaction of the defense of Oregon right now. When you're playing with a 41-7 lead, it'll make you a little bit quicker to the football. You can take a few more chances. You can read coverage and go. And that's exactly what Michael Clay did.
So Jake Hurst will punt it away as he stands at the 7-yard line. Coming up to field it, LaMichael James still running. Watch out! LaMichael James, touchdown, Oregon, 63 yards. And we talked in the first half about James getting a chance to touch the football, Charles, on a punt return. He finally does, and look what happens.
And he also promised to be a more physical runner in this game. That's what broke it open for him. Him being physical, putting his shoulder down and running through a couple of tackles before he found the open space.
They add the extra point. Oregon takes a 48-7 lead. LaMichael James exploding. Landrip over the middle, deflected, incomplete. Let's see who got a hand on it. May have been Michael Clay. Michael Clay, we've mentioned his name so many times today.
And no, Michael Clay tells you about football, Gus, is if you want to get on the field, how many times do they tell you do a lot of things and do them to the best of your abilities. Michael Clay came here as a freshman and was a long snapper so that he could play before he worked his way into the lineup as a linebacker.
Lantrip decides to run it with a seam and goes down to the 25. And it's a gain of 10
Picked up 10 yards.
on 2nd and 15, stopped by Deion Jordan.
Deion Jordan on the tackle. They're down 5.
Wolfpack quickly to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down 5. They're 5 of 11 on 3rd down conversions. Trips to the top of your screen. Landrum throws, caught, nice catch, Laux. And he gets down to the 10. Corbin Laux, the senior from Danville, California, started his career as a quarterback at Utah. He's got 4.4 speed.
We've seen some nice catches today. I don't think we've seen one better than this. Momentum going away, able to stop, get his hands underneath the football and catch it strictly with his hands and then get it upfield.
1st down at the 12. Ball running straight ahead, and he fumbled. Wow. Did he get it?
Fumble on the play.
The way they're reacting, I would think Nevada has the football.
And what goes on under that pile, nobody knows.
That ball may be exchanged a few times before they determine. Nice run by Ball, and there's a good hit, and then the backside tackle is what shook it free.
By the offense that results in a 1st down.
Brian Jackson was the backside tackler, number 12, pops the ball free. And you see there the scramble looked like Oregon had 1st shot, didn't get it, and I think Ball was the one who got it back.
Yes, he did.
Scrambling on the ground.
1st down and goal at the 1. They hand it straight ahead. This is Jefferson. And he gets in. Stephon Jefferson, the sophomore from Visalia, California, gets into the end zone. And the Wolfpack now make it a 48-13 game.
Coach Brewster, as they kick this extra point, this would be something that, while you're not thrilled as a head coach, it's got to feel good to watch your team respond this way if you're down.
This is exactly what Coach Alt's looking for in the 2nd half, Charles, is just to get some momentum, get some confidence going. That was a great drive.
Anthony Martinez in to attempt the extra point. It's up and no good. But the Wolfpack puts 6 on the board as Jefferson powers his way into the end zone.
Team is not something you do alone. Team is plural. Team is arms, legs, blood, sweat, and soul. A lot goes into team. But what we take away stays with us forever.
Also get a free flight.
You know that comes with a private island.
Really?
No, it comes with a hat. You see, airline credit cards promise flights for 25,000 miles, but...
There's never any seats for 25,000 miles.
Frustrating, isn't it? But that won't happen with the Capital One Venture Card. You can book any airline, anytime. Hey, I just said that. After all, isn't traveling hard enough?
To get the flight you want, sign up for a venture card at CapitalOne.com.
What's in your wallet? It's okay. I've played a pilot before.
There's a new game rising, featuring the best of the West, where 12 teams compete over 13 weeks for the opportunity to play for the Pac-12 Football Championship title. The best of the North meets the best of the South. Where will it be? All eyes will turn to the inaugural 2011 Pac-12 Football Championship game, Friday, December 2nd on Fox.
Isn't this place amazing?
I do have to tell you about what happened to the last owners.
They didn't die in here, did they?
Yes, actually. Murder-suicide.
We'll take it.
We're gonna die in here.
Addie says that to everybody. Sometimes people just go mad.
I saw something!
You have to get out of that house.
What scares you?
Everything.
American Horror Story premieres Wednesday, October 5th at 10 on FX.
And welcome back to Eugene, where the great views from just above the field come from the Chase Action Cam. Gus Johnson, Charles Davis, and Coach Brew are two analysts, one in the booth and the other on the sideline. And CD, great confidence builder for this Wolfpack squad to move the ball down the field and put 6 points on the board.
And Coach Brewster set it up as we started the second half on what Nevada needed in this half in order to move forward. Not talking about winning a game and making some miracle comeback, trying to find things that give them confidence, and that drive will be something they can build on.
Anthony Thomas, Michael James back deep. That ball muffed, and Anthony Thomas makes the cover. A short kick that time by Nevada. And let's go down to Coach Brewster.
Exactly, Charles and Gus. Chip Kelly at halftime said that he did not want any self-inflicted wounds, ball security issues. He saw right there what he didn't want to see.
So on first down, Oregon running. And how about the first half for Darren Thomas? His 5 touchdowns in the first half breaks a record of 4 held by a number of Oregon quarterbacks. The record is 6 by Joey Harrington. So he has an opportunity to tie or maybe even break a long-standing Oregon mark. 2nd and 7 at the 31. Thomas. And Thomas stood up, taken down. Brandon Marshall with the tackle.
Now, can he use his legs to help get to that record, Gus, or does it have to be a pass?
I think it has to be a pass. He's got 5 passing touchdowns. Let's take a look. Most TD passes in a game, school history. Joey Harrington did it twice. Danny O'Neal, 94.
Danny O'Neal was quarterback of their Rose Bowl team, Rich Brooks' last team here at Oregon.
Wide open. Thomas, what a move! Breakaway speed. The Black Mamba striking again. Touchdown, Oregon. 69 yards. Woo! Ducks got him a player from Crenshaw. Anthony Thomas, folks. Remember that name. And for Darren Thomas, that's his 6th touchdown pass of this game. Easy breezy on that one.
It's like you felt it was coming. You pop the information, the graphic pops up, and next thing you know, it happened.
Darren Thomas, huge grin on the Oregon sideline because this freshman can naturally get it done.
And DeAnthony Thomas is lined up inside, and then he just comes back off of the fake inside handoff and goes to the flat. Thomas gets pressure, and then once you get these guys in space, you will often hear that term. Great running backs in space have all the advantage. Vision, speed, cutting ability, and then he just goes straight line in. And once again, ball security. What did you talk about, partner? Was it the fundamentals that Chip Kelly was talking to him about?
He had it high and tight, that's for sure.
I think that was good coaching after the LSU game. He probably had a football high and tight on the flight home to get him ready for this week.
DeAnthony Thomas, his first game at home as a member of the Oregon Ducks, a true freshman out of Crenshaw High School in LA.
And remember, Kenyon Barner, who is normally the number 2 back, is not playing today due to an injury suffered against LSU.
And he's averaging 17.4 yards every time he touches the football in this game. And this one falls off the tee.
Gus, when Oregon started going to these types of uniforms that we're seeing, as we take a good look at that yellow uniform, the first color they introduced when they went to this was called lightning yellow. All right, I've heard now they've got like the lime green that we saw in the game was Volt, I believe. They've got a color for everything. But the lightning we're seeing today is all offense. Darren Thomas, the quarterback, DeAnthony Thomas, the running back, LaMichael James, the running back, and even some receivers have gotten into the act.
Ducks send it away. And they'll start inside their own 5-yard line. This is Wooten. And Wooten crosses the 20 up to the 23. Darren Thomas today ties a school record, 6 touchdown passes. And we have 7 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the third quarter, 55-13. Will we see him again at this point?
You know, they have not played his backup at all. It would be a nice day for Brian Bennett to get into the ball game and get his feet wet. He redshirted last year. They want to get him some experience. Today is a perfect day, and now might be the perfect time.
First down and 10 at the 23. Anderson crosses. Here's the handoff. Mike Ball. Ball down the sideline. And Ball knocked out of bounds at the Oregon 40. Eddie Pleasant there to push him out. He gains 34.
And the defensive coordinator of Oregon is not going to like this. Watch where the hole develops in the circle area. It widens. Tackle could not be made by the linebacker. Nice run before Pleasant runs him out of bounds. Oregon's defense cannot fall asleep just because the score is so big.
Stephon Jefferson comes into the backfield now for Nevada. Jefferson running straight ahead, and he gets to the 35.
Stephon Jefferson, the ball carrier.
There's the defensive coordinator in the middle, Nick Aliotti. Longtime guy, longtime staff member here at Oregon. This isn't making him happy. Remember, Gus, in our meeting, the one thing that drove him crazy about the LSU game, felt like he let him run the ball too well against his defense. 175 yards total. He does not like what he's seeing right now.
Second down and 2 at the 35. Mike Ball returns, 11 carries, 89 yards. Landry hands it to him, and he gets to the 30. And for the Oregon fans, it's great to see number 13 back. Cliff Harris, who was suspended indefinitely by Coach Chip Kelly after having an off-the-field issue, is back. He missed last week's game. He is a consensus All-America after a season during which he had 6 interceptions and returned 4 punt returns for touchdowns. Led the NCAA with 23 passes defended, 17 breakups. And talking to Coach Kelly, it was not guaranteed that he was going to get a chance to play in this game this afternoon.
They have rules and criteria and stipulations, and not all of them funnel under the head coach. Academic, community service, how you act as a person. You know, all of those different things that he had to meet, and all those groups had to report into Chip Kelly before he agreed to let him play.
And Coach Brewster, for Chip Kelly, this was a very delicate situation for him, I would imagine.
There's no question about it, Gus. I mean, he's got to make a hard decision on one of the best players in the nation. But I'll tell you what, he had prerequisites for getting him back on the field. Harris had to meet those. In this game right here, he's covered kicks. He's been on special teams. This is his first series back at cornerback.
And what they did with him while he was suspended, and Gus, you coach and I were here for practice, he wasn't running much with the first unit, so his secondary coach allowed him to play all the secondary positions in order to get work during his suspension, having learned the entire defense.
First down, Mike Ball. And Ball wrestled down at the 25.
John Neal's the secondary coach here at Oregon, and I spent time talking with him. He and I were former coaching colleagues. I said, how are you going to get him ready? So we take a look at the total yards there for Oregon, 482 big ones. But in Nevada, putting up some nice numbers themselves at 375. But I said, how do you get him ready when you're not sure when he'll be back? He said, I'm putting him at all the different spots to try and keep his mind occupied and force him to work hard in practice, and he was doing exactly that.
Second down and 7 at the 26. Landrip with time over the middle and caught at the 10-yard line. Landrip strong in the pocket, and he finds his tight end, Stephen Jeffers.
Pass complete to Stephen Jeffers.
And that's a 16-yard pickup.
They don't have tiny tight ends here, do they?
No, they don't.
I mean, this is a big man, 6'3", 255. Jeffers now, with the injury to Zach Sudfeld, who is 6'7", 250, steps into the breach and becomes the primary tight end.
First down and goal at the 10. Draw play, nothing doing. Terrific defense by Terrence Mitchell, the redshirt freshman from Sacramento, as he just jumped on the running back's back, and it's a loss of 2.
That was just reading, diagnosing, and going and making a play. Corner on that side was not threatened by any receivers. Just saw the handoff and went to the action.
Second down and goal now at the 12. Landrip throws underneath and incomplete. Rashard Matthews defensively for Oregon.
Actually, on this play, the linebacker, Josh Kadu, was actually too fast. See, he crossed in front and had to turn back to try and catch the football. He was so quick to the play, he couldn't catch it.
All right, third down and goal at the 12. Landrip trying to get this team into the end zone one more time. Nick Hale, Mike Ball, offset in the backfield. They give it to Ball. They run the reverse. What a defensive play! Michael Clay, ball player, a loss of 8.
So the action goes this way and it's coming back, but watch the middle of your screen, because Michael Clay comes from the linebacker spot where he had dropped into pass coverage, saw the play come back opposite on flow, shoots that, and makes a big tackle on a primetime player, Rashard Matthews.
So that makes it 4th and goal at the 20-yard line, and the offense remains on the field. Looks like Coach Alt is going to go for it. Landrip drops back, fires in the end zone, incomplete. That ball intended for Trey Sessions, and the Wolfpack will turn it over on downs.
Field goal does them no good there. No sense in kicking it. They've already had the drive to get the touchdown to feel better. Chris Alt saying, what the heck, let's go for it and try and feel a little bit better about ourselves. We may need it later on in the year. But John Boyette was on the coverage. Nice defense by Oregon, stiffening when they needed to.
Landrip and Coach Alt having a conversation. And that brings up first down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Looks like a new quarterback in the game. Brian Bennett, the freshman from Encino. And he'll run it on first down and get out of bounds at the 27. Pushed out of bounds by the safety, Charles Garrett. Let's join Coach Tim Brewster on the sideline. Coach Brew.
Go ahead, Gus.
Hold on, Coach. We'll get right back to you. Second down and 2. Over the left side. And Oregon getting in the second string players. Trey Carson running the football. Third down and 1 at the 29. So Brian Bennett, very athletic player, got a nice arm, has never played in the game, so he's getting his first opportunity to play in the game. Brandon Marshall there with the tackle.
They actually held their breath last year, Gus, down the stretch. Nate Costa was the backup to Darren Thomas. He got hurt, so they had to elevate Brian Bennett to the backup, so he became that guy who was one play away from having to go in. They never had to use him, able to keep the red shirt all the way through the bowl game. But now, happy to get him into the game, get him some experience, just in case he has to play during crucial times.
Carson running it again. Bursting through, gets to the 46. Wooten grabs him from behind, but it's a gain of 13.
Gus, is it my eyes?
We are visitors, underdogs.
Kevin Frazier and Marcus Allen inside our college football Saturday studio. We want to apologize. We're having technical difficulties with the Oregon game right now, but I do have to ask you, Marcus, what kind of good does this do for the Oregon Ducks besides just getting their heads right?
Well, it does good, Kevin, obviously, but, you know, I don't consider Nevada a measuring stick. You know, they're not LSU, obviously, but, you know, anytime that you play well and you execute like you're supposed to, it does help you build confidence.
All right, we want to get you back out to the Oregon-Nevada game. Things are back in sync. Let's go back to Gus Johnson.
Welcome back to Eugene. Gus Johnson, Charles Davis, Tim Brewster. We'd like to apologize for our technical difficulties, but in the meantime, what have our fans missed watching this game?
Well, from the time that we left, Nevada had the football and tried to drive it a little and just punted it away. Oregon back on offense, and Colt Lyerla had a chance to make a catch, unable to pull it in.
So a new quarterback in the game for the Ducks, Brian Bennett, freshman from Encino, California, getting an opportunity for the first time to play in a game. And Darren Thomas, what a day for him. 6 touchdown passes. And this is Trey Carson running it over the left side as we start the fourth quarter. And he's stopped by Brandon Marshall, the linebacker. And right now, Michael Clay, who's just had a wonderful game, he's got that left ankle taped up, ice pack on it, and he is limping into the locker room. We will have an update on his status as soon as we know something. So here's Bennett, strong arm, throws in the middle of the field, intended for Lyerla. Colt Lyerla already catching a touchdown pass this afternoon.
And you talk about Brian Bennett, the backup. Gus, I got a chance to see him this summer at the Manning Passing Academy that Peyton and Eli and their brother Cooper and father Archie put on. And they had about 35 Division 1A quarterbacks in there working out with the kids, working out with each other. I saw that arm you just talked about from Brian Bennett. He can spin it now. And he's a really good athlete, as you also noted, who can run it. A nice dual threat guy, perfect for the spread offense of Chip Kelly.
Jackson Rice will punt it out of his own end zone. And this one, a short punt. Rashard Matthews comes up to field it. And the ball will be downed at the 46. 14:03 to play, fourth quarter, 55-13 Oregon. Wolfpack with the football right after this. Our 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Russell Athletic. 55-13 our score. Nevada with the football at the Oregon 46. Stephon Jefferson in the backfield with Tyler Landrip. And Landrip will run the football. Tries to get outside, does, and is finally knocked down at the 42. Eric Dargan with the tackle for Oregon. So far so good for Tyler Landrip. I know he made a mistake with the interception in the first half as the Wolfpack were driving, but he looks solid, and he looks like a quarterback that is poised to have a very good senior season.
The stage did not appear to be too big for him.
Not at all. Landrip 20 of 33, 217 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. He's got a great command of the offense. We know that.
And a command of himself. You pointed it out earlier in the game. Guy's already graduated, double major. All right, was it finance and economics? He needs 2 classes to finish up his MBA, which he'll do in December. He's already been married for a year, a grounded young man. Wife name is Elena. I know she's watching him with great interest today as he finally gets his opportunity, his first start in his 5 years here at Nevada.
3rd down and 1 at the 37. And here's Jefferson. No, it's Lantrip on the play fake. And he picks up the first down. Wolfpack keeping the chains moving.
He is not afraid to keep the ball. And look at his offensive line. Does a nice job of moving Oregon enough to give him a crease to the outside to duck his head and pick up the first down.
First down at the Oregon 33. Lantrip has rushed 9 times for 48 yards. Wants to throw it. Fires. And it's intercepted on the sideline. And it looks like it's Brandon Hanna with the interception. Lantrip just trying to throw it away. And right now the Ducks have the football. So Hanna with the interception. Second interception of the day for Tyler Lantrip. And Oregon takes over the football at their own 26.
How about that zone blitz? Nick Aliotti draws up, and Brandon Hanna looked like a secondary player going to the sideline. Tyler Lantrip just trying to throw it away, and all of a sudden he appeared.
And he's listed as a defensive end. So you're absolutely right. Take a look at number 44.
So he'll be out in here, all right? And he's going to end up dropping off, and Tyler Lantrip does not recognize it. Okay, so he drops off there. Normally he's going to rush the passer. Lantrip doesn't recognize, thinks he's got a dead spot to drop the football out of bounds, and all of a sudden Hanna appears and picks it off.
Bennett, nice throw to the sideline, caught by Will Murphy. He gains 23 on the play. So Will Murphy also has had a pretty solid game. They've gone to him often this afternoon. All the receivers for this Oregon team have been able to get touches. Bennett scrambling. Bennett puts it in his left hand, runs out of bounds. Nicely done. At the 35. And that's a 12-yard pickup.
The athletic ability that you talked about with Brian Bennett. In the pocket, fakes the handoff, nothing there, and now he flushes. Being chased by Brock Hecking, number 53, outruns him easily and gets to the sideline.
First down at the 37. Carson takes it back. Trey Carson, freshman from the same town as LaMichael James, Texarkana, Texas. He has all his records in his back pocket.
And LaMichael James set records. Everybody said, you know, those are going to be around for a while. And here comes Trey Carson, and they're gone and obliterated already.
And I'm sure he'd like to set the same kind of records here at Oregon.
He looks like he could develop into their short yardage goal line back with his bulk and power.
Bennett running, and nice throw out of the pocket, and that is Eric Dungy, the freshman from Tampa, the son of Indianapolis Colts Super Bowl winning coach Tony Dungy.
And good recognition by Eric Dungy, understanding where he was on the football field, and that as he made the catch, a big hit was likely coming, able to catch it and get down and protect the football.
First down at the 20. Bennett runs the football, and he breaks a tackle, and finally slung down by Duke Williams. And it's a gain of 1.
So many times you get into games like this, 55-13, and backups are in the game, and they're still throwing the football and running their offense, and people are saying, why are they doing that? Well, if you just tuck the ball in and run it, you can get guys hurt because the other team is probably blitzing trying to get to you. You have to run your offense and give them a chance.
Carson again, flag on the play as he gets to the 11-yard line. Charles Garrett defensively for Nevada.
Everybody practices hard. You have to give them an opportunity to play the game the right way when they get a chance.
Personal foul, chop block on the offense. Number 70 went high and number 75 went low. That's a 15-yard penalty. Remains second down.
That's goal passion and Jake Fisher. Jake Fisher, the freshman from Traverse City, Michigan, number 75.
What's that, Gus, from our experience, the pin and post? One guy goes high, the other guy goes low. They've been trying to get that out of the game now because it's such a dangerous play for the defensive players.
As Mike Pereira will tell you, our rules analyst, that is one of the points of emphasis in all of football. Second down at 24, the 34, Bennett up top, incomplete. Will Murphy had his fingertips on the football, but just couldn't bring it in.
He needed just a little bit more separation because the defensive back was able to stay on his side and end up making a play at the end. And he didn't catch it clean at first. See, if he's able to bring it in clean, he probably had enough time to haul it in, but because he couldn't, that allowed the defensive back to get involved and help break it up. Really nicely thrown ball, though.
Third down and 24 at the 34. Bennett, incomplete. Ford, the intended receiver.
But if Khalid Wooten had played the football, he's going the other direction. He ended up playing the receiver and didn't locate the football. If he does, he catches it and goes the other way. He's thinking more about the hit than the interception.
And on fourth down and 24, Oregon up 55-13, electing to go for it with their backups in the game, and it's a simple handoff. And they do not get it. We will take a break. 9:52 to play. Fourth quarter, 55-13. .52 to play in the fourth quarter. Oregon with a 55-13 lead over Nevada as the Wolfpack take over at their own 32-yard line. Cody Fajardo comes in at quarterback now for the Wolfpack, and look at the legs. He gets all the way up to midfield. He's a redshirt freshman out of Brea, California. Brian Jackson with the tackle, but Coach Chris Salt, when we talked to him on our conference call on Thursday, likes the way this kid can move.
Says he's an ideal pistol quarterback. Legs, arm. You saw in that first carry exactly why Nebraska offered him a scholarship.
Fajardo running the football, and Fajardo quickly through the hole, trying to drag Ducks with him, and he gets to the 42. That's a 19-yard gain on the first time he touched it, and now an 8-yard gain on the second.
Is this the definition of fresh legs entering the game?
No doubt about it, and he is excited. You can tell. Cody, redshirt freshman. So unlike Tyler Landrip, he comes into the program at the right time. He'll have a great opportunity to play next year. Fajardo, near side, Laux with the reception at the 32. And how about Corbin Laux? First 2 years at Utah, he thought that he was the heir apparent for Coach Whittingham, but when it was his time to finally play, Utah deciding to go in another direction in terms of their QB position.
So he transferred to Nevada, and they made him a defensive back. He actually started the season opener last year at free safety. Now they've moved him to wide receiver that fits him well.
Jefferson. And Jefferson to the 22. Blake Thompson with the stop. 8:30 to play. So we told you that this Nevada squad, rough start to their season as Landrip is done for the day, most likely. And Tyler with a very solid outing, 20 of 34, 317, a touchdown and a pick. Jefferson slicing through the defense, gets to the 10, puts it on the turf, fumble, looks like Oregon has it, let's see. And they do. Ball recovered by the Ducks as you take a look. Nice tackle by Dargan. He lowers his shoulder. Third turnover of the day for the Wolfpack.
Tuesday, the all-new season continues.
Friends call me Romeo. No one is to interfere with our new friendship.
You bring all the guns now.
Bye. We got trouble, man.
Should have just stayed in bed with my wife, the porn star.
Sons of Anarchy, all new Tuesday at 10, only on FX.
Ow! What
is that?
Oh, yeah.
I got stuck with a needle.
Yeah, that's a syringe. Be careful, they are everywhere.
Premieres Thursday at 10, only on FX.
The last play was reviewed because Stephon Jefferson appeared to be down by contact, so they reviewed it to see if it was a fumble, and as he goes down, see, he's down right there. So at that point, the ball is now hitting the ground and coming out. Too late. Play is dead, so that had to be reviewed, and watch here. You get an even better view. Arms going down, he's hitting the ground, ball still in his possession right there. Good job by the officials overturning it and giving it back to Nevada.
Jefferson running it once again, and he'll get close to the 5-yard line.
The rule is, as a back and a receiver, that you should possess the ball all the way through the play, Gus, and hand it to the official so the coaches know you have the football. But that was a nice job by the officials reviewing and getting it right.
2nd down and 6 at the 7. Nevada still with an opportunity to get a first down on this drive. Fajardo running it himself. Dives forward, touchdown. Wolfpack. A 7-yard touchdown run from redshirt freshman Cody Fajardo. And that makes the score 55-19.
He is everything as advertised in his skills as a quarterback. Talk about Cody Fajardo, getting the running ability, the energy he brought off of the bench, and took the team right downfield. They may end up playing 2 quarterbacks as this season goes on, not just Tyler Lantrip as the exclusive player.
Definitely we see it with running backs, a change of pace type quarterback. So Martinez comes in to attempt the extra point, and he nails it good. 7:26 to play in the 4th quarter. Oregon up 55-20. And brought to you in part by Chrysler, imported from the D. Welcome back. Nevada putting more points on the board. Cody Fajardo, the redshirt freshman, running in from 7 yards away. And that makes it a 55-20 game. As Nevada prepares to kick this ball away. Now all of the substitutes getting an opportunity to play for both teams. Terrence Mitchell, starting defensive back deep to return this kick, and Mitchell will get it close to the 30-yard line. Now we'd like to bring in our rules analyst, the czar in the command center, Mike Pereira. And Mike, the last 2 weeks we've seen the 4 fastest teams in college football. Oklahoma, Tulsa, now Oregon and Nevada. How has this fast break football affected the officiating?
Well, I'll tell you, really the big effect is on instant replay, because that poor replay official has got such a limited time to actually review a play that he's under pressure on every single solitary play. So when you get these Oregons and Oklahoma and Nevada and all these up-tempo teams, you know, the officials kind of adjust because they kind of keep their same pace. But boy, I'll tell you, upstairs, that's really tough on that replay official.
Coach Brewster, we'd like to bring you in to talk to Mr. Pereira.
Mike, talk about how they must allow the defense to substitute if in a fast-paced offense they're substituting, getting different personnel groupings on the field.
Yeah, you saw this early on when you had a punt play, and actually Nevada got called for having too many men in the field. It's an issue with up-tempo teams, but here's the thing. You have to see if the offense substitutes as they're getting quickly up to the ball. So if they substitute in a hurry-up offense, then the defense gets the time to match up. And what you're looking for is you're looking for officials giving this signal. That means that the offense has indeed substituted. Now the umpire's got to stand over the ball and let that defense match up. If they don't substitute, however, it's all on them. As soon as the ball is placed, they can snap the ball, and if the defense gets caught with 12 people, that's on the defense.
And Mike, when you're talking about that signal, that's an official standing, takes both arms and extends them away from his body with fists. So it's just like it's almost like a cross there, and they've opened up. That means substitutions are being allowed because of the up-tempo. You have to be able to match, correct?
If you see an official doing this on either side or even the referee, that means that the offense has substituted. And when you're doing that, that means the defense then gets that opportunity. The umpire should be standing over the ball until the referee clears him, until he feels that that defense did have that opportunity to match up.
And Mike, we just saw a guy make a fair catch signal. I'd like to see him make a little bit more of a definite fair catch signal. But in a game like this, with the score so lopsided, does it change the way a game's officiated? Do they do more preventive officiating, talking to the kids as opposed to dropping flags at this stage, or how do they do it?
And politically, the correct answer is no, but reality is yes. It does change. I mean, you know, we actually tell them, hey, look, if it's anything but a safety issue, then write it on your card and tell us that you passed on this as an official. You know, I think you're like everybody else at this point. You know, you want the pace of the game. You want the game basically to end, and you don't want any injuries, and so therefore you focus on the player safety stuff and the big stuff, but what I would call ticky-tack stuff, you know what, at this point of the game, you stay away from it.
All right, well, Mike, thank you very much as always. Terrific job. You, on a regular basis, clear all the rules up for us and take the pressure off us, because now we can just blame you for everything. And go to you for everything.
And we love it. And we love it. And Victoria dressed you well, too.
The blame.
All right, thank you very much. 55-20, player down right now. And this is what Coach, well, actually, this is what Mike was talking about. At this point in the game with 4:50 to go and the score very lopsided, you know, both coaches want to get off the field with no injuries.
No one likes them at all, but what Mike was talking about is if you see a play that player safety is involved, that's definitely going to be flagged. You still want them to play the game the right way and not cause undue injuries, because it's a collision sport. There are going to be injuries in this type of a game. Look like Kaloni Kamalani, who was hurt there for Oregon.
And he's made a number of plays in this game, especially on special teams this afternoon. So Chris Alt, always positive. When we had a chance to go to Reno during our college football tour and spend time with him, he knew that it was going to be a year of transition. He knew that it was going to take the first game to see actually what he had in the cupboard, and I'm sure he's found out a lot of things today. The team, although the score is 55-20, I don't think they played as badly as the score indicates.
I mean, 463 yards total today. That tells you exactly, makes your point, Gus, that they still came to play. They just couldn't ring the bell inside the 20-yard line early in the game and score some points. And the hard part for them now is, with this schedule being what it is, it's going to take a real coaching job for Chris Alt and his staff, because the kids could feel sorry for themselves. Oh, we're on the road for 4. Oh, we play these great teams for 4. And they could get their season derailed before you get out of September. Somehow I don't think they're going to let that happen, but this is not an easy start for this ball club.
And defensively, they had as Coach Alt told us on our conference call on Thursday, they were going to have a hard time matching up with the speed of Oregon. And when you look at kids like LaMichael James and DeAnthony Thomas, he was right.
You're talking about a track team, and we're on a campus where track and field is a big deal. You know, Hayward Field isn't far from here, where all the greats have competed.
That's right.
Olympic trials, the whole deal. Steve Prefontaine, Kenny Moore, who was the great writer for Sports Illustrated. We go on forever. They could take these running backs and have a 4x100 relay team that's going to compete nationally for honors.
Yeah, you know what? When it comes to Oregon, these football players may be fast, but I don't think they're that fast.
Gus, when I was
they're not that fast, not fast as an Oregon squad. This kid may be. Now Anthony Thomas.
Now LaMichael has run for the Oregon track team, which doesn't hurt his football at all to help the sprinter speed. When I was at Tennessee, we had 4 wide receivers that won the NCAA 4x100. So I've seen pass like that. I'd like to see them go ahead and match up. I'm not sure they could have run with my guys, but they can run.
Now DeAnthony Thomas ran the fastest 200 meters by a prep in the nation last spring, 20.61. So he may be able to make that Oregon track team.
and make it better. You know, and they're going to run and run fast and do all those things. But, Gus, you made a point a little while ago about the quarterbacking situation here at Nevada. Okay, we saw earlier Tyler Lantrip, I thought, did a credible job today. But since Cody Fajardo's come into the game, there's been a new energy, a new bounce. And I know we're going to run a play here, but I want to check in with Coach Brewster. Does a quarterback situation develop by what you see here, or do you let it go, or do you turn it into one?
They're going for it on 4th down and 3. Fajardo, he'll take it himself, spins, and will not get it. You have to take into consideration that Cody is playing against the 2nd and 3rd team, while Tyler Lantrip played against the #1 unit for Oregon as Lacombo makes the tackle. Let's go down to Coach Brewster. Coach, can you hear us?
Gus, I got you.
What do you think in terms of Fajardo and how he's come in and, in a sense, gave this team a spark, but he is playing against 2s, 3s, and 4s.
He's done exactly that, Gus. I think he's a great fit for the pistol offense, and I think he's going to do nothing but get better and better the more opportunity he gets to play.
Now Oregon with the football, Ford running it over the left side.
Coach, if they come out of this month with this difficult schedule we talked about at 1-3 or 0-4, and I'm not saying they will, but it's a really difficult schedule. At what point do you think Chris Ault might start thinking about using a second quarterback a little more to start building for the future?
Well, this is what I think, Charles. I think Cody Fajardo has got Coach Ault's attention tonight, and I think he's going to keep getting Coach's attention. He's got great legs. He's got everything that you're looking for to run this offense.
And Ford running it over the right side. Burnett with the tackle. You know, I hesitate, and I think we should hesitate to give too many kudos to the backup quarterback, especially when you consider that Tyler Lantrip played very solid football today in his first start. And he looked like he was a good fit as well.
I think your point's well taken, Gus, as Bennett tries to get out of trouble here. It's a well-taken point. My only point on it is, with this schedule and this team getting ready to go into the Mountain West Conference next year and jump up a little bit, if they come out of it and all of a sudden you look up and your team's not really perking, it does open up the door for a freshman, a redshirt freshman, to get more opportunities than a redshirt senior. Because now you are building for the future if it gets to that point.
4th down, and watch Ford to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. 26 yards. So the Oregon Ducks really snapping back from last week's loss to LSU. A game in which they turned the ball over 4 times, penalized 12 times. At times they were struggling to run the football. Not the story today against Nevada. And let's take a look at the Sprint Unlimited update. We told you about Anthony Thomas at the top of our broadcast, and he did deliver, the Black Mamba.
He struck early, he struck often. The speed, the shake, the vision, and boy, the fundamentals kicked in this week. What did Chip Kelly tell him all week, Gus?
Ball security.
How's he want to carry it?
High and tight.
And he was carrying it high and tight in the open field with no one around, where you could go back and shake it. No.
On field level, let me talk about his speed, Chuck.
Coach Brew, how fast is he down there on the sideline?
Guys, on the field, DeAnthony Thomas is a blur. He is absolutely electric. What an exciting day for the young freshman.
Meanwhile, it's going to be a rough day for the Oregon Duck. He may be exhausted. He may have to take a week off because he's got a lot of push-ups, from what I understand, to do with the score 62-20.
Because he does the amount of push-ups that are on the scoreboard after each score for the home team. So when you add them up collectively, all right, that's 62 points. So each time he does it to that number, I believe, what is it, the number 306 so far today?
Yes.
And in this weather and in that outfit, we'll find out if he's in shape or not. I think he's going to need an IV when it's all said and done.
All right, he may need one because he's earning his money Johnny this afternoon. Wooten and Williams back deep for Oregon. Excuse me, for Nevada. And this is Wooten. And he almost had that one stripped as he the tackle. There's the duck. One against Wake Forest, and USC defeating Minnesota at home week 1. Both teams have easier routes this week.
And how about Syracuse getting off the mat under Doug Marrone? Went to a bowl in his 2nd year there last season, 3rd season now, and he's an alum. And in our first 2 weeks, Gus, Chris Ault, head coach of Nevada, an alum. Bill Blankenship, head coach of Tulsa, an alum. Those guys have a little something extra special when they go to the sidelines coaching the schools where they attended.
2:09 to play in the 4th, 62-20. So how about for this Oregon squad? They come back, defeat the Wolfpack this afternoon, and what does their schedule look like for them as they move forward?
Well, they get Missouri State next at home. Should be another tune-up game for them before they go on the road and take on Arizona, who throws the ball well with Nick Foles, but Jerron Kreiner, his #1 receiver, had an appendectomy and is not likely to play in that ball game. And then they get Cal here, Arizona State, who we saw in that thrilling overtime win over Missouri last night. That's a huge game because Arizona State is a prime contender for the Pac-12 title coming out of the South, a little north-south collision. And of course, the game everyone is circling is in November. They go to Stanford to play the Cardinal. That game last year settled the Pac-10 title.
And this is Jefferson running the football, and he's chopped down. Pac-12, very popular conference nowadays, Charles Davis. Based on what has been taking place with conference realignment, the SEC and the Pac-12 look like they are the two conferences that a lot of big-time schools have their eyes on.
They seem to be the players right now with Texas A&M trying to get to the SEC, still waiting for the ultimate release. And then when you talk with the Big 12 teams and you hear about them, it seems like they're all doing the Horace Greeley, Gus. They're all talking about going west.
Hardo to the 40. And Larry Cook was interesting yesterday, the commissioner of the Pac-12, saying that we're not necessarily interested in accepting any new members.
And isn't that a great statement by the commissioner? Because he knows he's in a good spot. He doesn't have to do anything. You know, if other people show interest, well, so be it. That means he's done a terrific job as Larry Scott, making the Pac-12 a very attractive option for teams.
Fajardo throws underneath, and it's intercepted. Lacombo, watch out. Lacombo all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, 62 yards. With 20 seconds remaining. Moseko Lacombo squatting down, and he returns it for another Oregon touchdown.
And I don't know how much, and I'm not taking a thing away from Moseko, from Lacombo, Moseko. I'm not taking a thing away from it, all right? But that one was pretty easy. I mean, he pretty much threw it to him. He just had to turn and go in the other direction. Credit to him that he caught it and took it all the way to the house.
Well, the extra point up and good. 69-20. The Duck now has to do 375 Duck push-ups.
And off he goes. You know, I get tired counting them myself. Now, and
that's not a push-up.
And remember,
no, it's a duck push-up.
You called it. Remember, he only has to do 69 on this one. But it's 375 aggregate when it's all said and done. It is hot out there. Do you know what that costume's got to feel like right now?
Oh, my goodness.
My goodness.
He's going to be an in-shape Duck when this game is over, that's for sure. And he's still going.
You know, he may roll off of that one and yell for the trainer. He may tap out at that point.
And he is tired.
Yeah, I think he's done enough for today. He's telling the team right now, we have enough points, folks.
Woo. Tell you, 20 seconds to go, 69-20. as Oregon prepares to send it away for the final time in this game. Wooten and Williams. This is Williams. And Duke still running. And goes down at the 35 with 13 seconds to go.
26 yards on a return.
Lacombo with a great interception return for touchdown as he comes up with the pick 6. And Oregon will get 24 hours to enjoy this one before they start thinking about Missouri State. Running it, and it's Jefferson. And that should do it. Oregon improves their record to 1-1. Chip Kelly will be very pleased with his team's performance. As for Chris Alt, the two coaches shaking hands. Coach Alt and the Wolfpack losing their first game of the season, and they will have to get themselves in order for their next squad game against San Jose State. Next Saturday on the FX game of the week will be in LA, where the Syracuse Orangemen will take on the USC Trojans. Coming up next, after a commercial break on the East Coast, X-Men Origins. Wolverine on the West Coast, the proposal. Big day for Darren Thomas, DeAnthony Thomas, and this Oregon squad as they win big 69-20. For Charles Davis, Tim Brewster, and our entire crew, I'm Gus Johnson saying so long from Eugene.